Broadsword calling Danny Boy. Broadsword calling Danny Boy. Over.
This is Danny Boy receiving, over. Today you join me in the heart of Mid Wales in the Cambria Mountains. I'm going to delve into a topic that could mean the difference between life and death in extreme SHTF situations. And that's the wonderful world of communications. Let's get into it. Yummy. Hello, welcome back to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Like I said before, I'm out in the beautiful Welsh countryside today, Cambria Mountains, and we're talking about something that could be, like I say, the difference between life and death in an extreme SHTF situation. Now here at the Bugger, I try and stock stuff which I think you may need in times of crisis, whether it be a natural disaster, civil unrest or an SHTF situation. I try and avoid all the gadgets and gizmos that other people in shops are selling and try and stick to equipment and supplies that I think you will need come an SHTF situation. And one of those is obviously communications, isn't it?
Hello, can you hear me?
In times of crisis, when normal routines are disrupted, effective communication becomes an invaluable lifeline, doesn't it? Whether it's a natural disaster, economic collapse, or like I say, an SHTF situation, staying connected with others can greatly increase your chances of survival. And communication is key to sharing critical information. It could be news updates, coordinating resources like food, water, medical supplies. Clear communication can prevent confusion and ensure that everyone's needs are met. When the going gets tough, coming together as a community is essential. And communication in that community fosters unity and cooperation, allowing people to pool their skills and resources and make survival decisions quickly. And in an SHTF situation, you'll find strength in numbers in that community, and having the ability to communicate with one another would help securing, say, your locations, looking for resources and responding to certain situations whenever they may arise. In an SHTF situation, communication isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. So that being said, what sort of communications are there you can equip yourself with? Here are just a few different options. Now first are the PMR Walkie Talkies. I've got a small range of these in the shop. Now these are a license-free two-way radio. Relatively short range. You're looking at anywhere between 1 and 3 or 4 kilometers. But that will obviously depend on which radio you've got and also the terrain. In direct line of sight, yeah, you could probably push it up to 4 or 5 kilometers with nothing in the way of the signal. But in a woodland or urban environment, you could be looking at 1, maybe 2 kilometers. But in valleys, like say heavy woodland, and in cities, you probably take that down to a kilometer. But a great two-way license-free walkie-talkie that anybody can use, and a good way to stay communicated. Then you have the CB radio, which you may have seen on TV and films, which are very popular obviously in the 80s and are still used by truckers today.
I just passed another Kodiak with a Kodak. This place is crawling with bad.
Now the CBs can have a long range, but this will depend on a few things, including weather conditions. Now myself, I got a CB at home, and sometimes when the weather conditions are just right, I've picked up signals and had conversations with people from Scotland and as far as the Netherlands. And the beauty about the CB radio as well, you could use it at home, in your bug out vehicle, and totally off-grid. It can be on a portable battery unit. Breaker 19, anyone for a copy? Or just off a car battery. I got the Smokies on my tail, coming in hot. Another form of communication is the ham radio, like the Baofeng or the Retrievis that we got in the shop now. Now these are great. There's hundreds of frequencies you can use, and with certain repeaters you can transmit and receive from miles and miles away. the downside is you need a license to operate these. You can receive and scan, but you can't transmit. Obviously in an SHTF situation, that all goes out the window, doesn't it? Then it's anyone's game. You can use these as much as you want. Now I will be doing future videos on the new Retrievers walkie-talkies I got, and obviously the ham radios in the shop. I'll do some individual videos on them. But this is just a quick run through of different communications we have in the bug out. So you have your radio or your walkie-talkie. Next thing is, how do you use it? Personally, I won't get too hung up on all the terminology and the correct radio mannerisms. The main thing is not what you say, but how you say it.
Pick up the radio and push the button on the side and speak into the front.
I'm sure there's some radio nerds out there and they'll pick me up on what I'm saying. If you've got any queries or questions or comments, just leave them below. But like I said before, I won't get too hung up on it. It's not what you're saying, but how you say it and how you communicate. The first thing I'd say is make sure you understand the radio and how you can use it correctly. The first thing being the PTT, or push to talk. Make sure you firmly depress that when you talk, and then pause after saying your message, and then release. You don't want to be releasing this too early and then cutting off the last bit of your message. So yeah, once you finish talking, have a slight pause and then release the PTT so you don't cut yourself off. So when you are talking on the radio, make sure you speak in a steady rhythm, not too fast and not too slow. Have plenty of pauses in your sentences. There's no good rushing to say something only for the receiver to ask you to repeat it over and over again.
What the hell are you trying to say?
Remember to control your volume and your pitch. There's no need to shout down the radio, and whispering won't be heard either.
Speak up.
Now another thing to consider is the breakdown of the message. Don't overcomplicate it. There should be a beginning, a middle and an end. Simple as that. The beginning is an introduction, and that's your call signs.
Bravo 6, Bravo 6, Bravo 2.
And that is who's the call for and obviously who's making the call. And your call signs could be anything you want. It could be Base Camp 1, it could be Marjorie 65, or it could be Weekend Warrior 30.
Hard Hat, codenamed Hard Hat. Do you read radio dispatch?
It doesn't matter what it is. So your beginning of the message with the call signs would be something like this, for example. Hello Base Camp 1, this is Weekend Warrior 30, do you receive? Over. Over being you finish your message and you're waiting for a response. Now once they've transmitted that they received your call, then you move on to the second part of the message. This is the reason for the call. Whether it's a sit rep, situation report, or just a radio check. Whatever it is, keep it short and simple and don't waffle on. And like I was saying, he was like going over there and what do I say? This and oh my god, like he was talking about the
Just stop talking!
Now the end of the message, if you don't want a response, you just say out. If you want to respond off the receiver, you say over. So the beginning, the introduction, the message in the middle, and then the end is out. But like I said before, don't get too hung up on the terminology. No one's going to drag you over the coals if you make a mistake. The main thing is, whatever you're saying, make sure it's clear, simple, to the point, and understood.
Oh, I understand, I understand.
Right, my dinner's been cooking now for about, or warming up, for 8-10 minutes. All day breakfast. Look at that. Shit, just dropped some beans. Oh yeah. I'll just finish this and I'll catch you on the other side. And there's my lunch done. And that's enough sitting down. Let's go and see if I can find this trig point on top of the hill. We made it to the top, made it to the trig point. But it's a bit windy here. So that's it guys. I hope you liked the video, hope you learned something. If you do want to see some more videos, check that one out. And that one. And until next time, out.